guys, it's Sophie from Most Magical Guides here, and I'm super excited to be making a Disney trip announcement. So in just 2 weeks time I'll be heading to Disneyland Paris. This will be my first time visiting for years, which I'm super excited about. Obviously I've had 2 Disney World trips cancelled because of the pandemic, and I'm going to be going to Disney World next year, but I decided in March this year to book a really cute little trip to Disneyland Paris just to experience the magic again. So I'm so excited that it's going ahead. This year I'm going to be staying at the Hotel Cheyenne. I haven't stayed there since I was a child, so I'm really excited to see the new Toy Story theming, and the Woody rooms look amazing, so I can't wait for that. Something I really love about staying at a Disney hotel is that you get park tickets included. So I'm going to be going for 4 nights and 5 days, and I get 5 days of park tickets, and I don't have to make any reservations in advance because I'll get guaranteed entry because I'm a resort guest, which is perfect. Originally I was going to be staying at the Santa Fe, but earlier this year my booking just disappeared, and I was like, oh my god, what's happening? Is a trip cancelled? What's going on? And I phoned Disney and they were like, oh no, we don't have a reopening date yet, so we'll move you to the Cheyenne. And since then the Santa Fe has reopened, so it's amazing that I still get to stay at the Cheyenne and experience that. So I'm really excited for that. I'm also going to be doing a solo trip this time. I do a lot of solo travel around Europe and America, but I've never been to Disneyland Paris on my own. So I'm really excited to experience that. I think Disneyland Paris is like the perfect place to go if you're looking to experience solo travel, because there's so much to see and do. You're never going to be bored or lonely or thinking, oh, I wish I had someone to talk to, because there's so much to experience. The cast members are super friendly, and what's really nice is everything's in one area. So your hotel, shops, restaurants, parks, everything's in one area, so you won't need to be worrying about like transportation and language barriers and stuff. Like, it's a really good entryway to solo travel. So I'm really excited to go and experience that. I'm going to be flying this time. Usually I get the Eurostar because I love that you are literally right at the gates of the park when you get off the train. But when I booked back in March, we didn't know whether the Eurostar was going to be running or not. So I decided to fly this time. And because of that, I'm going to be using the Magical Shuttle. I've never used that before either, so I'm really excited to use that. And it's nice that you can go straight from the airport to your hotel room, which is perfect. I did look at using the high-speed train, which goes from the airport to Disneyland Paris, and it takes 10 minutes, which is incredible. But the reason I didn't choose it was, one, the train times can be a bit erratic. So sometimes it's 40 minutes between trains, sometimes it's 2 hours. So depending on when your flight lands, you could have a really short wait or a really long wait for a train. And also the ticket prices get more and more expensive closer to the date. And because I didn't know if this was going to go ahead or not. You know, with travel you can never quite know what's happening at the moment. I didn't want to book in advance, so it could be up to €80 return, which was so much. Considering that the Magical Express works out about £40 return, £20 each way kind of thing. So that's why I've gone for the Magical Shuttle this time. I think I've been calling it the Magical Express. That's in Disney, well, it is in Disney World at the moment, but we all know RIP, it's going soon. But yeah, I'm really excited to experience all of this. I have booked some dining in advance. It was super easy to do. You just need the Disneyland app on your phone. And I managed to get all of the restaurants that I wanted to get. Normally I wouldn't necessarily pick loads of table service restaurants to dine in, but where I'm vegan, Disneyland Paris is really notoriously bad for having vegan options. And when it comes to quick service, there's kind of 4 main options. It's either like chili, salad, burrito, and one other thing, I can't remember. But because of the time I'm visiting, a lot of the restaurants are actually closed. So it looks like I'm going to have very few quick service options. So I've decided to go to some of the table service restaurants, because the food sounds really nice, particularly the 2 restaurants, the Manhattan and Downtown in the new Art of Marvel Hotel. They have amazing menus, they seem really nice, and I can't wait to go and see this hotel. So I've booked some of my dining in advance. It was super easy to do, got everything I wanted. The only thing I would say that's been a bit difficult is that because of everything that's going on at the moment, Disneyland Paris are kind of leaving things late to announce. So like you should be able to book your dining 60 days in advance, but actually it wasn't available for a few weeks after that. And it was just about 2 days ago they announced park opening times, even though I'm going in 2 weeks. So everything was a bit last minute. But I'm very excited to be going soon. I just can't wait to experience things. Because I booked back in March, unfortunately I'm missing out on both Halloween and Christmas, because typically the 5 days I'm there is the 5-day period where they are transitioning between the two. In some ways it might be nice because I might get to see kind of the Halloween decorations coming down and the Christmas ones going up, so that could be quite nice. And I'm hoping maybe some of the Halloween stuff will be on sale because that'll be perfect. And maybe even there'll be lower crowds because I think a lot of people want to go and experience those two events. So it's just typical bad luck that I'm there the actual 5 days that they're not having anything. But yeah, I'm hoping that maybe it'll work out quite well and we'll get to see a little taste of both. And also because it would have been bonfire night recently, they're going to be having fireworks whilst I'm there, and it's the first time they've had fireworks this year at Disneyland Paris, so I'm super excited to see that. So yeah, I cannot wait. Obviously travelling is a bit different at the moment. I've been keeping an eye on what the different restrictions are in France and re-entering the UK. Obviously the PCR tests to come back to the UK are going, so you can get the cheaper lateral flow test, which will be amazing. That will save quite a lot of money. France looks pretty good at the moment. You don't need to do any testing to go into France. You just need to have your proof of your vaccination, and you have to fill out a form to declare that you don't have any symptoms. And also I've downloaded the app that they're using in France for the health pass. You upload your vaccination certificate onto there, and then that gains you entrance to Disneyland Paris, but also if you were travelling around to restaurants, cafes, anywhere you're going. So it's really important that you have that if you're travelling to France, because you can't get in anywhere without it. So yeah, it's going to be super amazing. Like, I cannot wait. And it's just over 2 weeks now, so I'm already planning my outfits, what I'm going to take with me. I'm taking only a small suitcase, so my plan is to take as little as possible so I can bring stuff home and I'll have space. So yeah, I'm just super excited. Like, I'm a little bit anxious because I feel like, having not travelled for so long, you just feel out of the habit of travelling, and something that was so similar and familiar and easy to do, you're like, oh my god, have I got this now, and have I got the right paperwork, and have I packed everything? So I think it'll be interesting to go and experience it again, but I think once you get back into the swing of things, it'll be super easy. So yeah, I'm just super happy to announce this little upcoming Disneyland Paris trip. Of course I'm gonna be vlogging about it. I'm gonna have like vlogs all about what I do while I'm there, what it's like to do solo travel, and then obviously about the vegan food that you can get there. So I am very excited, and I will see you all soon.